Bring out your cliches. Long in the tooth, older than dirt, past its prime. They can easily apply to the present Toyota Tacoma on sale now. There are elements of Toyota's ubiquitous midsize truck that date back to its mid-90s launch in America. That Stone Age history in the modern automotive era, the legions of loyal Tacoma owners past and present couldn't care less, though. They've been too busy rocking and rolling over boulder-strewn trails, traversing rugged overland routes, running flat out on desert tracks, and hacking through concrete jungles in all shapes and sizes of the Tacoma pickup for decades now. In fact, it may take a little convincing to make them believe the all-new, American-bred 2024 Tacoma is worth trading up for. Once they understand how much design and engineering force Toyota has applied to the new fourth-generation Tacoma, though, they'll line up to go trail hunting in the all-new Trailhunter trim and every other four-cylinder turbocharged and hybridized flavor of the feature-rich 2024 Tacoma lineup when it arrives in Toyota showrooms late this year. Tacoma Chief Engineer Sheldon Brown helped lead the charge to develop the new truck. He was well aware of how much was and is on the line. We've been number one in the segment for 19 years now. We needed to be bold and give them choices, he said. Using the iForce for good. Pour out a quart of 0W20 for the 2.7-liter naturally aspirated i4, which has soldiered on in some form under the hood of every generation Tacoma until now. While you're at it, do the same for the 3.5-liter V6. Both engines have been retired in favor of a new motivating force, Toyota's new 2.4-liter turbocharged iForce inline four-cylinder engine lineup. It's headlined by a iForce Max hybridized version of the engine with 326 horsepower and a big-time 465 lb-ft of torque, so much torque starting at 1,700 rpm that Brown said they had to adjust the throttle mapping to keep things under control. Below are the power and transmission breakdowns. You'll notice a 6-speed manual is listed, props to Toyota for keeping it in the mix for the new generation, and you can get it in 4x2 or 4x4 configurations. You'll also notice the 6-speed automatic is no more, replaced instead by an 8-speed unit. Base 2.4-liter turbo, SR only, 228 HP/243 lb-ft and 8-speed auto. iForce 2.4-liter turbo, 270 HP/310 lb-ft and 6-speed manual. iForce 2.4-liter turbo, 278 HP/317 lb-ft and 8-speed auto. iForce Max 2.4-liter turbo hybrid, 326 HP/465 lb-ft and 8-speed auto. The volume powertrain combo should be the 278-horse, 8-speed auto version. Interestingly, it's the exact same horsepower number as the top trim model of the outgoing V6, and it can also tow the most, with a 6,500-pound rating. The base engine is also far more powerful than before, with a substantial 69 more horsepower and 63 more lb-ft than the trusty-crusty 2.7-liter 4. All versions are also expected to handily outperform the outgoing engines in EPA MPG ratings. The star of the iForce show is the Max Turbo 4, with power numbers that dwarf anything seen in the Tacoma up to now. It's similar in concept to the twin-turbo V6 version that powers the Tundra and Sequoia, with an electric motor, rated at 48 horsepower and 184 lb-ft at max capacity, and clutch located within the bell housing between the engine and transmission that's designed to provide additional oomph when needed. Other key functions, engine stop/start, EV-only power, energy recuperation, etc., are handled through the accompanying parallel hybrid setup. A 288-volt, 1.9 kWh nickel-metal hydride battery provides the necessary juice. Trick Trailhunter, Tacoma Tops Trucks Trims. SR5. TRD Pro. Pre-Runner. These monikers are almost as recognizable to Toyota truck aficionados as the trucks themselves. Toyota hopes its new Trailhunter trim, which will make its debut on the new Tacoma, will be similarly revered in the future. Designed to be an out-of-the-box badass off-road overlander, the Trailhunter, which features the iForce Max powertrain, an electronically controlled 2-speed transfer case with high/low range, and an electronically activated rear locking differential, was developed in cooperation with off-road specialty outfit ARB. Like all new Tacomas, the Trailhunter takes advantage of the truck's TNGAF high-strength boxed, steel ladder frame global truck platform, which it shares with the Tundra and Sequoia. The list of Trailhunter goodies reads like a wish list of what a Tacoma freak might want under their Christmas tree, including Old Man Emu, aka OME, position-sensitive, 2.5-inch forged monotube shocks, with rear external piggyback-style remote reservoirs, a bed utility bar with removable mall panels, 33-inch Goodyear Territory R/T tires, rigid LED fog lamps, a steel rear bumper, rear recovery points, rock rails, high-strength steel skid plates, and more. Trailhunter also features specific design elements, including a bronze heritage grille and other accents. Like the rest of the Tacoma lineup, Trailhunter is available in either 5 or 6-foot bed sizes and in double cab configuration. SR, SR5, and TRD Pre-Runner only are also available with the new 2-door extra cab trim and can also be optioned with all manner of ARB-specific and other Toyota-approved accessories. Speaking of options, accessories, and underpinnings, the 2024 Tacoma is absolutely bursting with new stuff to hit the road and trails with, depending on model and configuration. One of the biggest changes to the truck's chassis is the addition of a new, multi-link, coil-spring rear suspension system that's standard on the majority of models. Fans of the Tacoma's traditional leaf spring design can still get one outfitted the old-fashioned way. Brown says it has changed slightly to an undermount setup, but only on SR, SR5 Extra Cab, and TRD Pre-Runner. Also, depending on which Tacoma you choose, there's either a 4x2 setup with an automatic limited slip differential, with a rear e-locker available, a 4x4 with a 2-speed transfer case and traction control, rear e-locker available, like Trailhunter, or full-time 4x4 with a 2-speed transfer case and center diff lock. In addition, the Tacoma can be optioned with a new electronic front stabilizer bar disconnect that increases flex by 10% over the old truck, so you can better get your articulation on when the need arises. Brown said the Tacoma's crawl control system has been revamped, it's reportedly less noisy and more impressive in its operation, and the multi-terrain select has been updated so you can use it on the fly without having to shift the truck into 4-low. Aside from Trailhunter, you can choose from 7 other Tacoma grades. Here they are with a couple of highlights for each. SR, Extra Cab, Double Cab, Base Engine Standard, available with the i4/6-speed manual combination, leaf springs, twin-tube shocks, 17-inch wheels. SR5, Extra Cab, Double Cab, i-force engine, multi-link rear on double cab, leaf springs on extra cab, twin-tube shocks, 17-inch wheels. TRD Pre-Runner, Extra Cab, i-force engine, 4x2 with electronically activated rear rocking differential, leaf springs, front lift, twin-tube shocks, 17-inch wheels. TRD Sport, Double Cab, i-force engine, i-force max or i-force/manual transmission optional, red TRD Sport tuned twin-tube shocks, TRD Sport 18-inch wheels. TRD Off-Road, Double Cab, i-force engine, i-force max or i-force/manual transmission optional, Bilstein monotube remote reservoir shocks, multi-terrain select, electronically activated rear locking differential, optional front stabilizer bar disconnect and 33-inch tires, composite skid plates, 17 or 18-inch black TRD wheels. Limited, Double Cab, i-force engine, i-force max with full-time 4x4 optional, adaptive variable suspension, 18-inch chrome-clad wheels, power running boards and tailgate. TRD Pro, Double Cab, i-force max standard, 2.5-inch Fox internal bypass manual modal quick switch 3 shocks, red TRD forged aluminum upper control arms, ISO dynamic performance seat, electronically activated rear locking differential, front stabilizer bar disconnect, aluminum front skid plate, rigid LED fog lamps, ARB steel rear bumper with red recovery hooks, 33-inch Goodyear Territory R/T tires, 18-inch black TRD Pro wheels. More rugged looking outside, more tech inside. It doesn't take an eagle to eye how much the 2024 Tacoma lineup has changed, style-wise, but perhaps the most impressive and aggressive looking of the new Tacoma lineup, say the Trailhunter, is the TRD Pro. It's edgy, angular, and flat-out mean-looking, with wildly aggressive fender flares. You can envision it bombing down a Baja 1000 route with a trail of dust billowing behind. The Trailhunter's vibe is more setting up the tent after conquering rutted-out 2 tracks and steep grades. And the TRD Sport and Limited strike more of a street truck pose. All of them have been styled by Toyota's North American quality design centers in California and Michigan to deliver what the company calls, and we're not making this up, Tacoma-ness. It's defined as having a high lift, big tires, slim body, and a powerful athletic stance. For the most part, they've largely succeeded. Among the notable design elements are high-mounted LED headlights, several takes on the latest hexagonal grille, hood scoops, side functional air intakes, integrated roof and tailgate spoilers, and more depending on model. Dimensionally, according to Brown, present Tacoma owners were adamant the truck maintain its garageability, so engineers took that to heart. Despite a wheelbase roughly 4 inches longer than before, Brown told us the length of the new truck is essentially unchanged. Toyota has achieved an impressive maximum ground clearance of 9.5 inches, maximum running ground clearance of 11 inches, and maximum 33.8-degree approach, 23.5-degree breakover, and 25.7-degree departure angles. And although the width is up to 4 inches greater due in part to the beefer front and rear quarter panels and fender flares, it's only marginally taller, and the actual width between the doors is also roughly the same in order to help keep the same slim appearance and aid ingress and egress. When you step into the new 2024 Tacoma, plenty of new tech is available depending on model, with one of the unquestioned highlights being what Toyota is calling its ISO Dynamic Performance seat, which is debuting on TRD Pro. The segment-first seat utilizes what's essentially an adjustable shock absorber system to help keep drivers from excessive head toss and body sway when attacking undulating terrain